Hi, readers. My name is Dawn Hughes, and I'm the coordinator for Booktrib's book club program. I'm here today with award-winning author Peggy Townsend to talk about her latest novel, The Beautiful and the Wild, a story of survival in the wilds of Alaska, not Athabasca, Alaska. The Beautiful and the Wild is one of the selections available in Booktrib's book club program for November. Thank you so much for taking time to talk to us today, Peggy.
Oh, I'm so pleased to be here. Thank you for having me.
Our pleasure. We only have about 5 minutes, so I'm going to dive right in. I'm so
Great.
excited to read your book. I can't wait. So no spoilers, but what can you share about the novel that we wouldn't find on the jacket cover?
Well, I think what you won't find is that there's also a love story in there, and it's not a love story between a man and a woman. It's a love story between a mother and a son. And what it drives the book because the mother will do anything to save her son from the dangers that they're facing. And she'll go through storms, starvation, wild animals, anything to save her son. So I think love is at the heart of the survival story because the mother, that's what drives her the most, to be there to save her son. And also her son's love also gives her the strength to continue on. So it's a love story as well.
I love that. I also think that lends itself to a really great familial theme that runs throughout the book, which makes it obviously a good book club selection. Why else would this be a great book club selection?
Well, it's also a lot about secrets. I'm a journalist, and so I know a lot about secrets. So this book centers on secrets and what they do to us and how they can harm us in our lives and how they force us to make decisions that maybe we wouldn't otherwise make. There's also, because it's set in the wilderness, there's a lot of stuff you can talk about nature, what nature can teach us, about adaptation, about being aware of our surroundings, which we often aren't in our modern lives,
Yes.
that nature isn't always beautiful, that it's also hard. There's also themes about jealousy. We can talk about, is it possible to avoid jealousy, or is jealousy a human trait that we can't get around? It's also things you can talk about loneliness, like where loneliness will drive you, how far will you go to get out of loneliness. So I think there's a lot of things to discuss here. So to me, that's always a great book club book, is if there's a lot to talk about and to relate in your own life. So even if it's in Alaska, there's a lot there that I think in our modern lives that you could talk about in this book.
Absolutely. That I didn't even think about those themes just in reading the back cover, and you could have some things that come to play, but that's fantastic. I think about jealousy and loneliness alone, those two things. Already my mind was, going in different directions. So I didn't prep you for this question, but have you been to Alaska? How did you research for that?
Yeah, my husband and I spent 7 weeks in Alaska in our van. And so we went deep sea fishing in the Gulf of Alaska. We hiked mountains, camped by the side of lakes where there was no one else around. So we just fell in love with Alaska. And we were lucky to meet a lot of Alaskans who were just amazing, wonderful people.
I've heard that.
Yeah, they're so great and so friendly and so like tough in a way that's just kind, but also tough. So I thought that was the place to set a novel about secrets.
Yeah, that's so fascinating. I can't wait to read the book. I'm sure we're all excited to read the book. We're going to veer off your book just for a second, because I'm always curious to know what writers are reading. And so I'm wondering, what's the best book you've read, fiction or nonfiction, in the last year?
Well, luckily I found a couple. I went through this dry spell of books that I was just like, oh, this is okay. It's fine. It's not great. And then I found, we see this, The River and River by William Cooper.
Yeah.
Amazing. I like it. So it's a murder story,
Yeah.
but it's also a story about justice, about trying to get rid of the demons in your past. It's about small town prejudice. It's set in 1958, I think it is. So it's this time when prejudice ran rampant, and it was just so profound. Like I found myself just, I couldn't put it down. Plus his writing is gorgeous. You know, as a writer, there were lines I was so jealous of him writing because they were so wonderful. So yeah, that's a book like I think people should read. It's just really wonderful.
That book is high on my list. I'm a fan of his work. So thank you. That's good.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
And looks like jealousy is part of our human nature.
You know, I think it is, as much as we try to say, oh no, not me, I'm not jealous. Yeah, no, it's there. And I wanted to explore that. And I don't want to give away what happens in the book, but I think as you read it, you'll question your own thoughts about jealousy. And yeah, that's as far as I'll go.
Well, I'm sure if we continued to talk, we would be sharing all the spoilers from your book. So we definitely don't want to do that. So I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you so much again for your time.
Thank you for having me.
For more information about Peggy's book, please check out the book club book page on the booktrib.com website. Thank you.